and we're making some changes right now to make your company more valuable. We've been free for 2 years, and we can't scale under those conditions. We just can't get to where we want to get to fast enough under those conditions. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today, but as we add, we're going to add value to you as shareholders. Look at this today. I want you to look at this and listen to this today as a business owner and as somebody that owns a piece of this startup and has a chance to own a lot more of it as we go forward. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to my business partner and chief strategy officer, back to Curtis. And Curtis, I'll let you take this over here, and then I'll jump back in and out as we go through today's call. And thank you
Perfect.
all. By the way, thank you all for being here today. Man, we send a lot of emails. We have a lot of calls, but we send way more emails. And you responded this time, and we're glad you're on with us today. Turn it over to you, Curtis, and then we'll bring it back a little bit later. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Jeff. And it's everything he said is really a key point here. I think there's a lot of us on this call, and you're going to get to hear from a couple of our field leaders who have really done a great job of taking what Bettr is powerful at already and utilizing it to make, six figures, multiple six figures passively, in some cases, but in a lot of cases, if not all of them, on a part-time basis, which I think is a pretty powerful thing. And we're going to have a bit of a real talk on some of these topics right now, because I think that Jeff made mention of one thing there that is a key point for us to hone our focus in. We sent out hundreds and hundreds of stock certificates in the last month or so. And that makes most of the people, more than likely, most of the people on this call, business owners of Bettr along with us. You share in the potential growth and expansion of what this company will become when one day maybe we get bought up by a company, or we bring it onto the stock exchange and everyone else starts buying pieces into Bettr of what you already have. And when that day comes, Bettr will have whatever value it has. But I think we all know that it really is going to take us doing a lot in the next couple years in order to get it to a place where it's something that isn't just kind of cool, but very exciting with maybe the amount of shares that you have. So when I'm talking to you, I want you to recognize something. Like Jeff, I'm one of the owners in this company, but I'm also the chief strategy officer. And we had to take a look at this and go, Bettr strategically needs to grow faster. The market has so many different pieces that are pulling people's attention in a million different directions. Jeff cracked a semi joke there, but it's true. If only we got shares in Amazon every time we purchased from Amazon. But you think of how many people are honed in and focused really on, call it just purchasing or going through their lives and not realizing that there are better ways to do things. Well, we need to pierce in and help them see that there are better ways of handling their business. And the only way to really do that is for us to grow in leaps and bounds. So to the point that Jeff kind of teed up for me there, Bettr is moving on to its next phase. We are so excited to be able to take this growth to places that I think we all know Bettr can go, and we all know that you will take it. But in order to do that, the needed resources, the increased staff, and some of the technology that we would like to leverage to really go that extra mile for you, so you can go the extra mile for your clients, business owners, families, we recognize we are now today at the point where the last 2 years have taught us all these great lessons, and now it's time to move to that next stage. So as I'm sure most of you are understanding from what we're saying, Bettr is moving on to now the paid stage of our journey. And what does that mean? So from day one, and I remember vividly, we were at Phase Family Center up here in Alpharetta, Georgia, and I was 60 pounds heavier at the time and terrified because we were launching probably about 6 months sooner than we probably should have to be really ready. But I vividly remember Jeff up on stage going, right now, Bettr is going to be a free platform. But one day, in order to make the kind of changes we want to and need to, we will have to turn on a paid component of this. So just like also a lot of startups out there, it's an important thing to do. You want people to come into your ecosystem, find what's really special, and help us as a company also find what's really special about us. Because it's not just what we see as special, it's what you actually resonate with. And there are a lot of things that some of you have done in the field and gone out there and helped families and business owners with. And we've seen some strengths and we've seen some areas that we want to expand upon. So this 2-year period has really, been a very large beta period for Bettr. So we really understand as an identity what we need to do to take it to another level. So to that effect, we are going this month is going to be, call it the sign up month, where we are going to have, yes, Zoe, good point, no brainer. Thank you. We really are going to have this be the month where you get to assess as a member of Bettr and someone who we've absolutely enjoyed having you be part of this beta period. You get to decide this month if Bettr has made enough of an impact, or especially based on some of the things that we're going to talk about at the end of this call, because I'm telling you right now, what we're going to show you and what we've a little bit obviously sneak peeked on Wednesday is going to take some of your businesses, and it's going to be multiples better. But you're going to have this month to decide if Bettr's made enough of an impact to start on the paid portion of this journey. So it's so funny because we know how much value we bring, and we know how much more value we're about to bring. And I kind of am looking at our prices going, we could have easily, with the amount of money we paid, charged 10 times more than what we're going to charge to be part of Bettr. In fact, it's a no-brainer how ridiculously small, frankly, the cost to be a member in Bettr is. But you're going to see, and I'm going to show you some things right now that will make it pretty clear that while, yes, you're going to be going from a free platform to a paid platform, you are going to see some of the leaps and bounds that we're going to make in the coming weeks, even. Some of the changes that you are going to see, even in a matter of days, you'll see in the matter of the next, call it maximum 2 weeks, you're going to start seeing some of these advancements rolling out. Much better tracking. You're going to be seeing much better visibility into your team and your agency. You're going to see for some of the people on one of our 2 plans that we're going to be showing to you here, you're going to be seeing even some exclusive content with some pretty amazing speakers that we're working on and lining up. So I'm going to walk you through now. What does this process look like? And then also, what are we talking about? I know a lot of you are in businesses where you obviously show that you're interested in being part of it. To such an extent that you're going to become a paid member. And there's a lot of those memberships where it's, call it $100, $200, even $300 to get started with the company. And we really are, Jeff and I have had many conversations about this, and we want to lead with value. And we know that the best way to lead with value is also to have something where you continue paying so long as you continue seeing value. So as a result, the memberships that you're going to see are also, they're recurring memberships. And we think that what we will provide to you today is something that you're going to look at as a valuable resource and a tool. So you'll see here, it just went live, this new page here right on the top corner that's called subscriptions. So you'll be able to come in here and there's a little sneak peek of what we're going to show you near the end of the call at the bottom there. But you're going to be able to navigate to this pick a plan page. And here we're going to walk you through, for anyone who's sitting there still thinking, okay, what is the value that Bettr brings? You're going to be able to see from some testimonies from some of our field leaders, and then you will get down to the pricing. So the 2 plans that we will have for Bettr, first one will be Bettr Plus. Bettr Plus will be, call it the minimum membership to stay involved in the Bettr platform ongoing. Now, I already can feel some of the people sitting there going, okay, but I know that there are certain people on my team that, they just submitted a couple leads way back when, and then maybe things changed in their life and they got busy with other activities. And I don't know that they will go forward. I don't have any doubt that every single person on this call you're here for a reason. You're here because you know that Bettr is something that's positively impacted your life, or you know that Bettr has what it takes to positively impact your life going forward. So I'm not concerned that anyone here is going, oh my goodness, $5 a month. I can't imagine paying $5 a month, 1/3 the price of my Netflix subscription, to be able to make multiple six figures, some cases passive and some cases part-time a year. Woe is me. I can't imagine. I know no one on this call is thinking that. But for those of you who are concerned, maybe some of the people on their team are going to fall into the category where they don't see a reason to go forward. I want you to know that anyone who doesn't go forward with a paid plan at this point, the point that we don't have them further in the Bettr income side. They will still be welcome to be on the Bettr life journey with us, but on the Bettr income side, the moment that we shift them to just being part of Bettr life and not being part of Bettr income, any leads that they have submitted, any leads that people in their team might have submitted, of course, 100% of those, when they come through as commissions at whatever point in the future, of course, 100% of those will be paid out to those individuals. So I don't want you to be concerned for members of your team who might not be here today that you know aren't going to move forward. That's not something you need to worry about at all. But I want you to understand, again, what these two memberships will really consist of. Bettr Plus, you're going to obviously get access to all of the amazing aspects that you're already familiar with within Bettr right now. One of the most important, and I would say something that has been the biggest challenge for us as an organization and the biggest requested feature from everyone in the agency, everyone in the field, is to be able to track effectively your personal leads. And it's such a fundamental piece for someone to be able to really take their business and run it like a true business. Everyone here who's a true business owner, you track your leads. You know every step of the journey where they're going to be. Well, it was a much bigger ask than we anticipated, but we have it, call it 95% done, and you will see this in the next week or two as a live function for you to be able to use as a Bettr Plus member. So what that will mean is if you are on the $5 plan, you will be able to see all of your personal leads in a dashboard within your back office, and it will be live. As the status or stage changes of a lead, you will be able to actually keep track of that change. And when I say live, I mean there is a direct feed directly to the team at each of those respective companies that will actually make sure that your updates are passed on to you. And you'll be able to then do the right thing at the exact moment in order to move that person forward so you can actually help them, because a lead is not valuable until it converts. And I know you all know that, but it's pretty hard to be able to manifest that if you can't track the lead. So this is a very important update that will be coming to Bettr Plus members in the coming weeks. BettrPro, which is really, I'll be honest, if anyone here is sitting here going, well, I've made more than what is that, $165 in a given month or a given year in Bettr, this one should be a no-brainer. Some of you, again, have made multiple six figures. Some of you have made more just with your team and the production and the businesses and the individuals that they've helped. They've made more from their team side, than even on the individual side. But if you are either of those, where you feel you have a strong desire to go out there personally and help business owners and families, but then also you've already started building an agency, you've already got a team of individuals like you who want to get out there and help business owners and families, you are going to want to subscribe to the BettrPro version. $15 a month, you're going to obviously get all of the features that come along with Bettr Plus. But in addition to that, you're going to be able to see all of your team leads in your entire hierarchy, every single lead that comes through. And we're going to be building out over the coming months reports so you can actually maintain that business owner visibility. I know that we all can kind of think of this. Imagine if it were a sales team and you had your own business and you were paying them every single week or every couple weeks for them to sit in a chair and work with clients on your company's behalf. Of course, you would track everything that they do to a T. Well, there's really no difference to doing that in a business where you pay them as employees versus a business where you are working with fellow entrepreneurs, fellow business owners to help them build their own business too. Because as you all know, if they win, you win. So you are going to have visibility into, okay, who hasn't actually submitted a lead in the last couple of weeks? Oh, that's so weird. Joe has been submitting 1 to 2 leads every single week for the last 6 months. For whatever reason, he dipped a little bit. And you're going to be able to see reports as we go through this of the people that are in your agency that have been inactive. So you'll have that level of visibility where you can really take this business to another level. And I want you to recognize something. A lot of you also come from businesses where you can build an agency within the overall company. And in most cases, the reporting you get really is only at the point where they get paid. So think of it. You sit down with a family, let's say it's on some insurance business or a financial business, and you sit down with that client. They're excited. They want to move forward with whatever product or service. And maybe they go through an underwriting or a qualifications period. A couple months go or a month goes by. And then all of a sudden, that's when maybe a commission pays when they come out of, let's say, underwriting, as an example. Well, think of it. You're going to be able to see and have insight into your team's activity based on the lead. So you're going to get a month less of waiting before you find out that someone in your agency is inactive. You're going to be able to see within moments who has gone inactive, which means you can get in there, find out what they're having a hard time with, and get them going again. So there's a lot of power to having visibility through your entire team based on leads. So I think that team lead tracking, this feature that's coming in the next couple weeks here, is going to be a game changer for most of you who really want to take this business seriously. And again, it still is sitting there. Maybe it's on the side of your core focus. Maybe you're a realtor. Maybe you're a financial professional. Whatever it is that you do as a core, more visibility of everyone that you bring into the add-ons to your core. Anyone you bring into Bettr to add on, you're still going to have that increased visibility. So I think that this is something that's going to be a huge advantage. You're going to receive a professional Bettr email address. So it might be, Jeff@bettersolutions.com. So you're going to have that ability to put that professional, your professional foot first. I don't know that everyone realizes this, but from a marketing perspective, there is something when they look at an email address and go, hey, that's curtis@gmail.com. Well, first off, if you have curtis@gmail.com, that means you got in like really early with Gmail. But the point is, if you have, let's say curtis@bettersolutions.com, they go, oh, this is someone who has a business that takes that business professionally and seriously. So a professional email is definitely going to be something that for some of you out there is going to be much needed to really take your business to another level. And then an additional point here is going to be this: you're going to have access to special trainings and events that are above and beyond anything you've experienced so far in Bettr. Everyone in Bettr Plus, at this point, you'll obviously have all the same sort of trainings, and Wisdom Wednesday you'll have access to. But as a kind of sneak peek, as an example, for BettrPro members, they're going to have access to a daily sales call where they actually are going to be hearing from how am I going to handle objections? How am I going to really help that customer see the need for a close as opposed to just leaving them unclosed in the deal? You're going to have access to a lot of trainings as well as advanced marketing concepts, advanced business structure concepts. You're going to have everything that you need with this BettrPro plan to really have yourself a robust business. So we couldn't be more excited about these two plans. We've worked very hard to bring this about, and we do recognize that this is something that's been missing for a lot of you in Bettr to really, again, take this business to another level. So these are the two plans. You're going to hear about an advanced marketing tool right after this, and we're very excited for you to hear about this, but we want to make sure it's crystal clear for everyone here. In order to maintain on the Bettr income side, again, even if you're like, hey, the better income thing isn't for me, but I want to be part of a better life, really learn, from free curated content about how to be a better business owner, how to be a better entrepreneur, great, that's fine. But if you want to stay in the better income side, you see extreme value to what Bettr is really all about and what it can bring to you, your community, business owners, things of that nature, you'll want to subscribe either to Bettr Plus or to BettrPro. These are the two plans that are, call it, membership subscriptions for Bettr. So I want to be clear. Anything that you hear after this point, those are marketing packages that you will have access to in order to better talk to business owners. And you'll see all of the details on that in a minute. But these are the two plans. One of these two plans you will want to be on if you know that Bettr is really where you want to plant that flag, even if it's a part-time second flag to your core focus. If you want to plant that flag, you will want to be on either Bettr Plus or BettrPro. And again, you will want to be on BettrPro. There's no question. All the people that are on this call, you will want to get started on BettrPro. So this is call it the high level of the change that we're making here in Bettr, and we couldn't be more excited about this change. We think that this is going to unlock a lot of people's businesses, and while I know that we have some of our field leaders in Bettr that we want to hear from, Jeff, is there any light you want to bring to this from your perspective? I know this is something that you and I have been working on for quite a long time here.
No, look, I mean, if you really want to have a business, we all have probably owned. I have little kids that want to start a lemonade stand. They got to pay more than $5 to go buy lemonade. It's just, I can't believe it's so inexpensive, but we need to get to this point if we're going to scale. And now I've got to consider all the business owners that are on this call and all the people that got stock certificates going forward. Can we sustain? Can you run a real big company without that piece of the revenue? And the answer is no. And but that's why we thought we'd start it at a very affordable rate. And just remember, you're vested. If you already submitted business, we're not taking anything away from you. But if you want to keep going and you want to take this thing a lot more seriously, which I hope you do, part of this, we believe that people value things sometimes based on what you pay for them too. When you do things for free, some people treat it like it is free, and if you had a piece of glass this big and a piece of diamond this big, you would treat them very differently, right? The diamond, you would protect, insure, hide, tell just certain people about it, polish it, and, maybe sell it for a profit. The piece of glass you would throw away and make sure it gets thrown away where you won't cut your foot. They look kind of similar to the naked eye, but one you probably would have paid $100,000 for, and the other one's free. So people treat things sometimes how they pay for it too. So I believe, and this is one of Curtis's things, we believe that people will start focusing a lot more too. They go, I'm going to start taking this thing more seriously. If making 100,000 part-time on referrals last year wasn't enough, and getting a stock certificate in the mail that you did very little for wasn't enough, well, maybe this will be enough. I don't know. Maybe we're wrong, but we believe we're not. We believe this is going to work. People are going to take this a lot more seriously and really look at investing more. By the way, some people have invested a lot in this. We're going to have you hear from a few of them. These are some of the people that made six figures and made a bunch of money that was life-changing last year with our firm. Curtis, do you want to introduce some of these folks and let them just say hi?
Yes, sir. I'll take it away. No, and I appreciate that very much, Thanks. Jeff. And I'm so excited to be able to hear from these reps. We're seeing a lot of, if you're paying, I'm sure a lot of you are paying attention to the chat over here. Jeff, I think we should have charged more money based on the chats, but we already launched, so there you go.